morning, welcome to Kakaaki Social. I am Mohimaya Maize. On this segment of the show, we spotlight the issues that shape conversations in the Nigerian social media. Not so good this morning. I'm not standing beside the video wall, but at least we're here. Okay, welcome to this segment of the show. We start off this morning with this issue that broke on Thursday last week, the issue of the attack on the army base in Metele that led to the loss of the lives of over 100 Nigerian soldiers. One of the saddest stories of the past week that trended across the weekend, even up till this morning, fallen heroes. It's a very sad issue that makes me even very sad this morning. The Reuters reporter for Nigeria, Paul Caston, filed a report for Reuters stating Islamic State in West Africa killed around 100 Nigerian soldiers in the northeast in recent days, security sources told A. Kingimi and me. That was what he tweeted, sharing the link to that report, which led to so many other reports in the Nigerian media space over the past few days. It was Reuters filing that report. Details of that report, the toll is among the highest since the President Muhammadu Buhari came to power in 2015, and it could raise pressure on him ahead of an election in February, not least because he has claimed victory over the 9-year insurgency. The insurgents attacked the base in the village of Metele in northeastern Borno State, the epicenter of a revolt by Boko Haram and its Islamic State splinter group. Quoting from that report, it said, "The insurgents took us unawares," said an officer who requested anonymity. "The base was burned with arms and we lost about 100 soldiers. It is a huge loss." Nigerians, of course, are talking about this issue already. We saw a tweet from @Nathan_John. "I still can't understand how 100 Nigerian soldiers can be killed in one battle by a militant group that has been technically defeated. Not 10, not 30, not 50. 100 soldiers, trained soldiers. Too many questions. Makes me really worried. What is really going on?" And of course, presidential candidate of the ACP and Obi Ezekwesili also took to her Twitter page to talk about this issue. She tweeted, "I am sad, extremely sad. We have to do more. I mean, you and I. We have to compel Nigerian President Buhari and the Nigerian army to stop failing our soldiers. Hashtag our fallen heroes." And the Big Eagles blog, which prides itself as Sub-Saharan Africa's biggest defense blog, tweeting also said, "We cannot continue to sustain these numbers of KIA that's killed in action, battalion against battalion. Not even a conventional army such as Egypt's should be able to kill 100 Nigerian soldiers in one battle." It continued in another tweet, "What this suggests is that our poor state of readiness, alertness was poor, and our tactics were probably poorer. This is just not good enough, and we immediately need to review our modus operandi up there." And from Twitter user Isua Atsen, we saw this tweet, "100 Nigerian soldiers killed. Condemnation from all quarters. No one has resigned. No one is fired. Same old, same old." Twitter user Mr. AD had this to say. He said, "Shame on each and every single person gloating that 40, 50, 100, etc. Nigerian soldiers were killed by insurgents. We are at war, and unfortunately, such things happen." From Mark Amaza tweeting at Amazonic, "The local media blackout on the killing of 100 soldiers has me now convinced that it is not a coincidence." Taking shots at the media there, insinuating that there seems to be a media blackout on this issue, while the news broke on Thursday last week. From Tolulokbe Adeleru_Balogun, Tolulokbe Adeleru Balogun tweeting at Tolulokbe AB, "Nigerian soldiers died serving their country, died protecting this land. We see how other countries honor their fallen. What are their names? Who were they? They deserve every honor and acknowledgement." And from Kingsley Moalu, presidential candidate of the YPP, he tweeted, he said, "The killings of our soldiers by terrorists is yet another pointer to the fact that our security architecture as currently set up is deeply flawed and needs a complete overhaul. They won't be overrun if they are well equipped and remunerated." That's from Kingsley Moalu. From Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP, he tweeted, he said, "My condolences to the Nigerian army over the recent attack that led to the loss of lives of officers and men of the 157 Task Force Battalion in Metele, Borno State." He continued in another tweet, he said, "These deaths are very painful, and the loss of even one member of our armed forces pierces my heart, because these heroes did not have to die. They volunteered to do a job that keeps this nation safe." And of course, reacting, President Buhari, the BBC captured the reaction by President Muhammadu Buhari to the development Nigeria Metele attack President Buhari speaks of deep shock. And of course, in a tweet also from the president, of course, you can see details of that report, which was filed by the BBC. President Buhari said he was deeply shocked by the news in a statement released on Saturday. The president, who faces an election in 3 months' time, added no responsible leader would rest on his oars to allow terrorists to endanger the lives of his military personnel and other citizens. As a result, he planned to meet with military and intelligence chiefs in the coming days to plan their next steps. He also tweeted in his official handle, he said, "We must resist the temptation to play politics with the tragedy of the deaths of our soldiers. They are heroes on the front lines fighting to make Nigeria a safer place for us all. Rest assured that the circumstances that have led to these deaths will be comprehensively addressed." Talking about the meeting with security chiefs, new media aide to President Buhari, Bashir Ahmad, tweeted, he said, "All the service chiefs, IG of police and DG of DSS were at the State House this morning. As President Buhari said yesterday, in the coming days, he will be engaging the military and intelligence chiefs in extensive discussions on the next steps we shall be taking." This was yesterday, President Buhari meeting with security chiefs. But while this issue was also raging in the social media, Premium Times filed this report. They said Nigerian soldiers fighting Boko Haram release video, lament obsolete weapons, accuse commanders of corruption. Of course, you'll recall that when the news about the Metele attack broke, a video surfaced in the Nigerian social media, which was trending. And this video also now by Premium Times saying that Nigerian soldiers are lamenting that they have no weapons to fight. And but the Nigerian army has also been quick to say that pictures, videos of alleged killing of soldiers immediately doctored by terrorists. The Nigerian army is saying that those videos were doctored. Let's take a look at excerpts from that report. The Nigerian army has said pictures and videos of alleged killings of military personnel by Boko Haram terrorists trending online were doctored propaganda materials by the terrorists. This was even as it threatens legal action against media platforms circulating the documents, saying it would henceforth not spare individuals or groups who deliberately spread fake news that aimed to undermine national security. The army, in an unsigned statement posted on its Facebook wall late yesterday, insisted that the videos and images making rounds as the purported attack on Metele base are false and do not in any way portray the reality of the situation on ground. But in all this conversation, there's one particular tweet that really broke my heart. Governor Menson tweeted this tweet, and he said, "Please, if you're a Nigerian soldier in Maiduguri, kindly DM me. Let me send you call credit to call your family, to let them know you are safe. I heard some of you don't have what to eat, not to talk of call credit. I can't buy you weapons, but I will contribute the little that I can." I guess this basically calls to attention the situation that we are faced with right now. Our soldiers, our men in uniform need the prayers of all Nigerians. We need to rally behind our troops. We need to support our troops. They are fighting under some of the most difficult circumstances we can even imagine. This is not the time to play politics with this issue. This is the time for all Nigerians to come together and support our troops. I don't even have the nerve to talk about any issue on Kakaaki Social this morning. This is where we wrap it up this morning on the show. Follow the conversation on our social media platforms at Kakaaki Social on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I am Ohimai Amaize. Kakaaki Social returns tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Stay tuned. Kakaaki, the African Voice, continues.